I forgot to add us to the stage. It's been a while. Hey, this is why we need Suzanne here. What do you got going on over there, Craig?
Well, we've now got the official Glenn and Craig Friday Night Audit Monkeys. They can push the buttons to get the show started.
I like it, Craig.
She wants her monkeys.
Everybody, hey, everybody, welcome back to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show celebrating and giving platform to us kooks, misfits, and monkeys of hospitality. Hey, Craig, what's going on?
How are you, brother? It's been a while. We haven't talked that much this week.
No, we really haven't talked this week. I was at another job. And, last week, unfortunately, our guests had canceled last minute. Unfortunately for our guests, they are here this week. So reverse kind of a problem happening over there. But you remember that crazy travel story I told you last week, right? I'm happy to report on my way home, everything went really smoothly, and I even got home earlier than I originally anticipated. So the yin yang of the travel universe is making itself known.
Well, it's all on the wheel, Glenn. Goes around, comes around.
It sure does. So, Craig, how do you want to do this? You want to bring on our guest today and kind of pretend you know what's going on, or?
I think you should do it. You're full of piss and vinegar right now, so let's get him out here.
Well, and to be fair, I was filled with piss and vinegar, but just prior to the show, I got rid of half of that. So, all right, everybody. Today we got our friends from the company Accra. So I'm very excited. They're a really cool company. I got number one, the official guest of the show. We got Mr. James Hansen for Parking for Dollars, and then their SVP of marketing, Sarah Bechter. She loves that hotel parking and has gotten me so dang excited about something that I didn't think I could be excited about. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Welcome. So pumped to be here.
Hey.
Man, so much to unpack on that intro between the monkeys and the vinegar and everything else. I can't wait.
Listen, I don't know what the hell is going on. I was like, you should have seen me all day today, James. I was in fuck mode like all day long. Like I can't. First of all, I woke up at 4 a.m. and lay in bed for an hour, just going, God damn, what the hell am I doing up at 4 a.m.? Then I came to terms with it. Then I got a lot of work done between 5 and noon, and then I tried to have a nap, fell asleep 3 times, didn't work out. But then I started to happen into the energy. I'm like, damn, we got James, we got Sarah. We're gonna have a great show. I gotta bring it for them.
But
every time, that's the shout out button from now on. Squeeze the monkeys.
I got to push this button first. I'm legally obligated, of course. Everybody, thanks so much for joining us. A great way to end the week. Thanks, and hey, cheers to everybody out there.
Cheers.
So, Sarah, that's, as you say, that looks pretty bougie. What are you drinking over there?
I'm sipping on a little Fernet, a little digestif after dinner drink, something to wind me down from this week.
Fancy.
First
We
of
should
all,
swap spots.
First of all, the balls on you having an after dinner drink before cocktails even fully starts.
Listen, I only got so much in my liquor cabinet right now. It was this or Malort. I'm not kidding. That's the only 2 things in there, guys.
So
the
either you don't drink at all, or you all have a serious drinking problem.
I'm gonna let you roll the dice on that one, buddy. You pick.
Yeah.
I should have prefaced that you can bring anything you want.
Yeah, but it was full last week. That's how I'm going to take
it. It was fuller before I left for a business trip and left my husband at home. I'll tell you that. Still got a little bit in there.
So, James, what are you drinking over there, buddy?
I thought you'd ever ask, Glenn. This is my take on a Paloma. It's a Palm Beach Paloma. So I cut out the grapefruit, put a different citrus in it. So I prefer a little mixture of lemon and lime. So it's tequila. I like LaCroix plain.
Right.
So I put plain LaCroix, tequila, and some citrus, and I've got myself a little play on a Paloma. It's refreshing because it is like about 105 degrees out tonight.
Yep.
My sweat brow is showing it. But what better way to cool down on a patio in South Florida than a Palm Beach Paloma?
Hey, listen, I've been doing a lot of sweat and sweat-related video content lately, so glad that you could be here and participate in that. I think it's a new movement, so I'm excited about it. But the Paloma, I think we should, Craig, I think we need to reveal a little something about the Paloma over there. There's a lot of debate about what the drink was, and I happen to have had dinner with them both in Chicago on Monday. We'll get to that in a minute. But you were out there, you were field testing the Paloma to see if it was the right way to go, right, James?
Well, you field testing, quality assurance checks, making sure it's up to snuff. I mean, listen, in Chi-Town, if you're going to spend that kind of money on a cocktail, it's got to be dialed in anyway. So, I thought nobody better than me to make sure that it's right.
Yeah, it's Craig. If you want to order second round, you have to get permission from your financial advisor. It was.
Yeah.
Actually, listen, James, honestly, for the prices in Chicago compared to what we see in New York and what I see in Vegas all the time, everything felt like a bargain.
Fair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, truly it did. And I'm ingesting totally in that because last week I was down in Brickell area of Miami, and I feel like I needed to take a second mortgage out to have dinner at two of the spots that we went to. I mean, it's like hyperinflation personified in the south part of Miami, but in the spirit of supporting hospitality and tourism, you have to do it.
These days these places are so expensive. When you make a reservation, you also have to tell them what year you bought Google stock in order to qualify to.
A pack of cigarettes run you in that city, Glenn?
I think something is like 23 to 25 in Chicago or something. Like that.
In Chicago, we're looking at about 17, but I quit 2 years ago, just so you know.
You had to throw that in there. I love it.
I just had to
listen. You take a weekly habit and go buy some of that Google stock, Aloha, and the next thing you know, you can afford to eat out of Miami.
Hey, I can buy a hotel company stock with that money.
Yeah, right.
So, you guys have got a fascinating business that you've launched. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah. Fascinating is a word. Thank you for using that word. Fascinating, riveting, cash, making people a lot of money. Mm-hmm. We're in the, as you can read on my little subheader there, we're parking for dollars. So basically, for a long time, the parking lots at hotels throughout our country, they sat dark and perhaps dingy and, underused and underutilized. So our co-founders, Ethan and Nate, came up with this amazing solution that we essentially built the GDS, much like we have in our hotel room inventory, but we built that for parking. So hotel owners and operators are throwing their parking inventory onto our platform. That's where we come into play, and we essentially distribute it through all the, I call them OTAs in the parking space. They call them aggregators. You call them money makers, whatever you want. But we're putting it through all the channels, and now they're able to resell these spots to non-hotel guests. And all of a sudden, poof, out of nowhere, we're generating a ton of new income from an ancillary revenue channel. So it's super exciting times. That was my 27 elevator pitch.
I love
that was great.
Yeah.
Glenn and I were talking before you guys arrived, and he knows this. I love to monetize every square inch of a hotel, but you've got to do it in the way where it's not insulting to the guests, or if you're one of those really nice boutique hotels that is included in the community as the third and fourth bedroom, you don't want to offend the residents either. Right. And I think if you've got, I don't know, a concert, a championship, name a sport game, plays, anything coming around, this is a great opportunity. Conferences, all of it, where this revenue is nothing but upside, because you're right, that parking lot is sitting there empty. I mean, we had a couple of hotels down in San Diego. We had so much additional room that we were carving out restaurant pads,
right?
Luckily they were select service, so we're gonna go eat. The restaurant you drove past when you came into the lot, here.
Sarah, can we carve out some of our budget to hire Craig? Because that pitch was awesome. I mean, we could always use
Hey,
extension of the sales.
Glenn,
You
cut
can have
that.
my entire marketing budget. As far as I'm concerned, I will funnel that right into Craig. Let's go.
Oh, Glenn and I talked about it in Chicago. It's like unused real estate space
Yeah.
within your real estate, your hotel in this case,
Yeah.
is money that's not well spent. You got to be maximizing it. And to your point, you're right. I mean, it's got to fit in with what you got going on in the hotel, the neighborhood. To your point, if it's an urban or downtown location.
Yeah.
But yeah, concerts, you hit the nail on the head. The sporting events, these are all like massive opportunities for upside revenue. And right now,
yeah.
everybody's looking for that.
Yeah, after I left you when I was in Chicago, I was at a hotel that had a parking lot, and I was looking at those empty spaces in a very different way than I
Dollar bill, y'all.
had before. And I started looking at those signs that are very static, right? And we were joking. We recorded a podcast, and we'll talk about that again later. We were joking about how the hotel industry used to have seasonal rates. Right? It'd be like September to October was this rate. It's the same kind of thing. It's 0 to 2 hours, 4 to 6 hours, but it has no regard as to what is happening in the area. If there's nothing, or it's just a street closed off for a shopping mall, or you got Taylor Swift in town. So
yeah,
100%. I mean, it's the
price.
whole dynamic pricing model.
Yeah.
You got to teach it, got to use it, and take advantage of it when demand's there.
I'm glad you're looking at parking differently, Glenn. That makes me happy.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's very
yeah.
exciting.
The way we see it, parking is just like a hotel room, right? You can't sell Monday's parking space on a Tuesday, like super perishable asset. So we're helping hotels monetize that.
I love that. And you've got an app that everybody just downloads, goes right to, goes, oh, these guys have got parking next to the event that we're going to, and
Now you're thinking even steps ahead of where we're at, Craig. We actually we rely on our partners, because if you think of the big aggregators out there, just like we've got Expedias and Hotels.com and Booking.com, in our space, the parking space, no pun intended. Right. That was a cheap one, but a free one. You're getting it nonetheless.
Wait a minute,
Craig. All right, I've been waiting. I teed that one up. Craig, what happens is our partners who are providing the visibility, whether it's through the apps or the websites, partners like Spot Hero, ParkWiz, CheapAirportParking.com, all these reservation driving sites, they're the ones out there that have the big marketing dollars, are getting presence. They build out the great apps. What happens is, because we're a GDS and we have our revenue management solution layered there, you can be a big fan of one of those particular aggregators and book through their app. Once that reservation happens, it's passing through our channel. We're doing all the optimization. So to say an Okra app, that we're not a consumer facing side of the business. Our solution, we're like sort of the middle layer in between, or middleware, if you will, connecting the hotel empty spots with those players that are out there in their space. So whatever they choose to book, they're going to end up touching some part of our solution and software. And the flip side is, from the business, the B2B side of it, our customers, the hotels, everybody, we're helping them just lift those revenues, and in many cases unlock them completely if they haven't been selling.
I'm loving it. And Sarah, since you're going to send all of your advertising dollars to me, Glenn and I split that. So you need to send us T-shirts to wear during Friday night audit, so that we can promote the show in every Friday night audit.
I would honestly, I'd prefer you to send me some monetizable parking spots. That'd be
how would I send you some more random objects for the back of your office? Here's my contribution. I got a candle shaped like a hot dog.
Oh,
yeah. And mustard on it, not ketchup like our former producer.
Well, we were just in Chicago. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog.
No, you don't.
Absolutely not.
I'll give you my address once we're off the air.
Absolutely. I'll shoot you some stuff.
You might not realize, but our very dear producer, Dave, was with us a long time, but he insisted that ketchup was the only way to eat a hot dog, so we had no choice but to cheat. I know. I mean, he was with us through thick and thin during COVID, and really was instrumental in helping us start the show and all, but ketchup was a little too much.
Say his name one more time, and it's going to be Beetlejuice. Okay, he will show up. He will hear it.
Once Dave's kid drops out of karate, he'll be back. But we'll see. We'll either get a black belt out of it to protect us, or Dave will be back.
It'll come back with fatter pockets.
Back with the black eyes, I think what we get.
Yeah.
He'll come back with fatter pockets, less going out to karate and more to other resources now.
Yeah. So, guys,
go ahead.
Where's the majority of your parking at right now? Is it coast to coast? Is it the Northeast? Is it Chicago only? Is where are you up and operating at this point? I got to tell you, I'm liking this business model a lot. I think you're onto something, not just in urban, but suburban areas like the San Fernando Valley and Los Angeles, where you've still got a lot of big parking lots, whether it's at a junior college or, I'm sorry, I'm showing my age, community college or a university, and various other industrial parks, hotels, restaurants, shopping centers. So where are you operational now?
Well, we're all over the United States, all over North America. Currently, Acker's live at 700 locations. Our software is live, and we work with, 50 plus national and regional parking operators. We team up with them. And last year, we made about $28 million in net new incremental revenue for 115 locations that we were working with.
Oh my God.
So we got some
hotel locations
and scale, as you say. But to answer your question, I mean, we find a lot of success in hotels that are located near really big points of interest. So like airports, convention centers, event venues, busy downtown urban corridors. Because like James mentioned earlier, all those apps and websites that people use to find, book, and pay for parking, like if there's a high concentration of people using those apps and there's a lot of demand for parking, then we're going to help the hotels capture that demand. So usually that's around like, hey, I'm going to this event, I'm going to log on to Spot Hero, I'm going to find a parking spot. Or airport parking is huge too. If you're a hotel near the airport, there's plenty of demand for people who are looking to park near that airport.
Absolutely. Now, how about now? I'm working with a group now. The hotel industry just in North America is leaving over $120 billion on the table by not taking care of.
Craig, where is this table that people keep talking about?
I was going to ask, can we get a piece of
what the heck? We got to get everything else. We got to find the table.
Your pool, Glenn. It's covering your pool right now. But
no, that's taking my money away.
Oh,
the inverse there.
So, are you guys also providing handicap spots as well?
Yeah. So we cover the gamut for the spots, and a lot of it's dependent upon, Craig, what they have available at that, per location. And it's not just spots only. Those channels, they do a really great job. Those aggregator partners I'm talking about, of really describing each venue in its unique shape and form. So it might have EV chargers, it might have certain amount of accessible spots. Yeah. I'd also add just a little bit of a point on that, especially you mentioned a couple of those like sports venues, for example. Something we're experiencing and still will through this weekend with recently with the World Cup is these hotels, we happen to have locations in each one of these markets that we're hosting the seating games and all the brackets. These hotels that are taking advantage of what we're doing from the revenue management side, I mean, 10xing the type of revenue that they would normally sell that spot. Because it's ridiculous to see the numbers, and I don't want to misquote, but there's hotels that were comfortable taking $20-$30 for a spot. Then World Cup comes in there and we're showing them demand and saying you get $100 a spot, $200 a spot, whatever it is.
I mean, Glenn used an example earlier, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen in town. It's like, oh yeah, here we go, and I'll walk a couple extra blocks to gain a little bit better freeway access, and get out.
In and out quick. Yeah, that's a big driver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ingress and egress is huge, and also a lot of hotels that are already running shuttles, right?
Ooh, Sarah's speaking my language. Glenn, did you hear that?
Yeah, I love
egress. I'm loving
it. He likes those words. That's for sure. And I think the fact of the matter is, now I'm pretty sure that this is probably why there's so much excess space is because Americans love cars. A lot of jurisdictions say you need to have X amount of parking spaces for X amount of square feet your structure is, which has typically led to, according to data out there, an excess of parking to begin with that was never needed. So you got all that extra stuff anyway. You might as well
monetize if the opportunity is there. We remain steadfast from the point that if there's transient demand, like Sarah alluded to, or we can see from those partners that somebody's buying parking, well, then that's an opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. If you've got a lot, we've got the opportunity and we have the solution to monetize it. That's what
every square inch of the property is your parking lot.
That's it.
And we're really hyper focused, Greg, on hotels. To your point, I heard you slip in the educational and institutional type stuff, but not to say that's not on the roadmap. There's parking needs on university campuses, obviously, like you talked about with the colleges. We'll get there, but we're big on the crawl, walk, run approach. So right now we're doing it, and who knows where the next endeavor. And sneak preview, I think we're moving a little further up in North America, and I'm talking to our friends just north of us.
I'm pretty tapped into the Innovate community, so
yes.
I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're talking.
You're going into dog sled spots as well.
I went up there for a site inspection, and I realized that I'm not a very good dog sledder. Is that the right term, or is it like a jockey of dog sleds?
Musher?
So I'm not good at that. Musher, that's right. I couldn't think of the word. I'm not a very good musher. I'll stick with sales.
That was good.
I'll stick with sales and things like that. But who knows? I mean, if you can park it, we can monetize it, right? Yep. So let's go.
Well, you get the family that shows up in the RV that's the size of a semi, and that's a whole different pricing schedule. And we had a hotel up in Studio City that tour buses for some of the other bands, and when during pilot season back in the day, we'd get the B-list directors, actors staying at the hotel as well. And we had a huge amount of parking. And we had the largest public pool, I guess you would call it, other than an Olympic-sized pool. And we monetized the hell out of that. We'd have the neighbors come in. We let them use our pool for $25, plus they had to hit a food and beverage minimum.
Yeah, I mean, every opportunity. You see it all the time now.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if anybody noticed, but James said a word, and Glenn's eyes opened up.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It was brackets.
You want to move to the brackets?
It's a good time. I mean, I saw the excitement and the smile on your face, Glenn.
Craig, I love a smooth segue. So I'm going to pivot and we're going to go right to where we are. So, Sarah, as you may or may not know, we've been doing big pet peeve competition. We started with 32 of the things that annoy us most of all in hotels, and we've whittled it down through a mix of online polling, LinkedIn questions, incredible deep discussions, hours of deliberation. I could go on and on, but now we're down to our final 4 horsemen of hospitality misery. So we're down to water pressure roulette. Never know what you're gonna get, right? The outlet desert. We still can't find these outlets over there. Constantly hitting lamp switches. I had a lamp switch situation at this hotel that I was at recently, and identical dispenser bottles. All right, so I'm sorry, I gotta tell this story. So there's a hotel that I stayed at this week that I'm not gonna mention, and couldn't turn off the effing light. I'm looking all over this thing. I'm like, where the F is this goddamn light switch? And listen, I've seen them everywhere. I've seen them on the bottom. I've seen them on a cord. I've seen them stuck inside, everywhere. So I'm looking. I'm like running my fingers across everything. Nothing. Then I notice it's like plugged into some sort of device that's plugged into the wall. So I unplug it and it goes off. And then I plug it back into a regular light and it goes back on. I'm like, all right. So it must be connected to some sort of switch somewhere, right? But there's also no actual switch on the lamp, right? Oh my God. So I go and I plug it back into the thing and the light pops on. So I'm looking around the room, and finally I find all the way at the other end of the room, around the corner. I hit the button and it goes off. So I figure out how to turn it on. But in all of my years of light switch misery, that at this particular time was the worst one I've ever seen, and I understand why it is now in the final 4 horsemen over here.
Now, Glenn, I think the next time you check into a hotel and you get into your room, just set up your DJI camera, put the mic on, and immediately start hunting for light switches. Okay, because we are in a visual market now. Okay, and I know you're walking around going, I'm above average in intelligence. Why can't I find that fucking switch? So you gotta have that.
That's
Glenn, I have to ask, can you add a caveat to, I think it was the 4th one, which is the bottles?
Oh,
yeah.
Because my first take on this one is I'm with you on the identical dispenser bottles, and I might have been you and I talking about when they position them also in the wrong place.
That's right. Yes,
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm talking about. The particular hotel I was in on a Monday night had 3 walls to choose from. Now they went so far as to put the plumbing in a way that was really smart. You could turn on and off the switch, right, to be able to not get that splash of cold on you. It was on the other side. But then instead of putting the lotion and the shampoo and stuff above it, they put it on the wall with where the water was coming out. So when you turned on the shower, you had to like put your hands through the running water to get your shampoo and conditioner. So now all of a sudden you have to be a Cirque du Soleil performer to figure out how to get your hands out there without losing shampoo, right? I'm a guy that needs conditioner, and I can't risk losing it all to the drain, moving it around.
I can't risk losing it.
Yeah.
It happened to me. It happened to me. I think I know the hotel, and they were positioned, and I also had I had a little bit of the pressure issue, and I also had the bipolar temperature control where like 1 millimeter to the left goes scalding, and then 0.5 millimeter to the right is like an ice machine. So you're like trying to slide your hand through. Do I risk hypothermia, or do I want 3rd-degree burns? And am I going to get anything out of the process?
I actually, the hotel we were at, to be fair, had a team of NASA scientists on call that would come up and give you the calculations necessary to get the right angle. Yeah,
sir. It's going to be extra if you'd like conditioner tonight, because we're really only here for the shampoo. Oh, you want body wash? The body wash is on the far right, sir.
Right, but first you have to figure out how to turn on the lamp.
Yeah. First test is, do you know where the switch is? If you do, then maybe you can shower.
So, Sarah, we haven't heard from you. What do you feel about general pet peeves in hotels in the final 4 pet peeves of 2026?
I gotta say, this might be controversial, but I think 2 of these wouldn't have made my top 4. I think with the identical. So
hold on, Sarah. We've had heartbreaks along the way.
I'm sure we have. It's kind of like when you do a Halloween candy, like bracket or something, and the Kit Kats are out. Like
right. That's what happened here. Yes.
So identical dispenser battles. I always bring my own shampoo, conditioner, etc. to a hotel, so this one doesn't bother me too much. But I understand.
Oh, hold on. That's why your hair is so lustrous, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Look at that. It's very.
Look at the bounce in the hair.
It's very expensive. Very expensive.
Hair, but his forehead is growing.
Yeah. The other one, I think maybe it just speaks to a deeper sadness in my own life, which is the water pressure roulette. I just resign myself to whatever comes out of that thing. And like, if it's really weak, I'm like, maybe I did something to deserve that. You know what I mean?
And if I must, I just bathe in my own tears.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I just need to cry in order to like get more water out of the shower. But I'm with you, Glenn. I swear to God, those lamp switches, those will be the death of me. That drives me absolutely bonkers. And I know this is like this is going to make me sound so brand new, but this was a long time ago. So I remember the first time I went to a hotel and I had to put my key card into like the little thing near the door in order to
controller.
I spent 3 days in the dark. I swear, I could not figure that out. I could not figure it out until finally I was at a conference. And one of my friends came into my room and he was just like, Sarah, you can put literally any card in that slot. You can put paper in that slot.
You put your business card in there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like, it was sad. I was like doing my makeup by the window. I was using my phone camera. It was really pathetic. So I'm going to go.
That's really funny because when those things first started appearing here, they'd already been in Europe for a few years. And it had been years since I was initially in Europe and when I went back, and those had come into play and had no idea. Nobody said anything at the front desk. And I just came in, I'm throwing my stuff everywhere, and it's like, nothing works. So I go downstairs, the guy goes, well, did you put your card key into the slot on the wall? And it's like, what slot? What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, I feel it's like you said earlier, I am of at least like normal intelligence. I don't know if it's and I should be able to figure this out. This was impossible. This is an impossible thing for me. I was a Sisyphean task, as they say. I was just really doing my best.
Speaking of Sisyphean tasks, I keep going up the hill to get the beer and they keep running out. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Bye, Glenn.
Bye.
We'll stare at the money table.
Yeah. There we go. Stare at the money table. So how long have you guys been in operation now?
The company has been around since 2018. We actually started out as parking operators, like as a company that actually parks cars.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have really, really deep roots in parking. So our founders were actually in college. They were in Occidental College, and they created the company as the result of a student camp, like an entrepreneurial boot camp.
Occidental College?
Yeah, Occidental. In California. Yeah. So they wanted to solve the problem.
I'll come back to California, but don't tell Glenn that.
Yeah, you know what? All roads lead to California. All of them. On this podcast and otherwise. But you might know parking around the LA Coliseum is like terrible. Like, yeah. So that was the problem that they were out to solve. And then when we first started the company, we built this software for ourselves to help us manage all of those OTAs, like all those aggregators, right? Like to make managing easier. And then when COVID hit, this might surprise you, but people stopped driving and parking places.
Really?
So ain't nobody doing that. So at that point, we decided to figure out.
They were drunk the whole time, so we don't know.
No, seriously.
Not the whole time.
Yeah.
Clean it up, Glenn. Clean it up.
People wanted to buy the software we made, so we pivoted and became a B2B business. And then a couple of years ago, we entered the hospitality space in earnest, working with hotels. Yeah.
See, that's part of the fun of this industry is how did you find hospitality, or did hospitality find you? And these incredible stories with these incredible companies and these outstanding individuals that Glenn and I have had the privilege to meet like every day for the past 30 years. You know, it's fun. I'll be at a conference for, I don't know, commercial real estate, anything other than hotels, and I'm on a panel, and
you should have said a construction for backing up beeping noises.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So I start out by telling everybody, first of all, I'm sorry, I work in the best part of commercial real estate, and that's hospitality.
That's right.
And then I explain to them why, and they're all going, you can make money doing that? It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. We can sell your parking too. So we can turn that commercial asset into all kinds of income generating.
Oh,
Yeah.
You look at some of the low-rise office parks, down here in Orange County, California, 1 and 2 stories with massive parking lots. and they're 2 minutes from John Wayne Airport, and nobody's there on the weekend. I think that's an opportunity.
Mhm.
You know, Craig, we also have the friendliest business in general, tourism and hospitality as a whole.
Yeah.
The hotel industry, man, there's not many like it. We have people within our organization that are, relatively new to the hospitality and hotel side of the business, and having a few of them go recently with us to High Tech and some other more recent conferences, and they're like, man, everybody's so nice. You could just walk up and introduce yourself, and they're not going to blow you off, and you can have a conversation.
Oh, they'll blow you off, but that comes later.
Yeah, they'll blow you off later when you got to follow up with an email or a call. That's right. Sign the contract.
They'll party with you before they blow you
That's
off.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Particularly if you're paying the bill, they will party with you, If
Right,
it's on,
smart,
if it's on the Aqua credit card, everybody wants to party. No.
I have a quick apologize to everybody that paid the bill for me over the last 30 years.
Glenn, we love paying the bill for you. Come on.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Quick anecdote about our hospitality while you guys are sipping your cervezas and cocktails. I was at AHOA a couple years ago, as Sarah alluded to, relatively new Accra is to the hotel space.
Right.
A couple years now. And a few years back, I was at AHOACon when we had it in Orlando. If you guys remember, it was a big to-do. So the block party night, we rented out the space that has the Eye, which is the giant Ferris wheel there in Orlando. Right. I don't know if you remember. I do. We all out there in the scorching South Florida sun, and of course, as normal,
I didn't make it over there because it was in the scorching South Florida sun, and I needed a bus to get
smart.
There. That was too much for me. Yeah,
oh,
I wasn't there. I'm afraid of alligators.
Yeah.
You missed a torrential downpour. A Florida storm came through, and everybody scattered. Like turn the light on, and the cockroaches down here, the palmetto bugs, we call them, scatter like crazy. So we all scattered into a bar.
And eating iguanas at that point. So,
well, we weren't quite that far. But by the way, there's an iguana pizza place around the corner. So every time we have that issue where they freeze and fall out of the trees, this guy, shout out to Buck's Pizza, puts iguanas on his pizza, and you can get an iguana pizza.
Wow.
No joke. You got to look it up. El Presidente from Barstool.
I hate that. I hate that a lot.
The iguana part of it, or the El Presidente part?
The pizza part.
Oh, rather than them just get shot and killed and thrown out into the Everglades, put it on the pizza. So
yeah,
we were soaking wet at the bar. I'm bellied up to the bar. I turned to my left, and there's a young guy here, and he's. I said, we introduced myself to him. I said, what do you do? And he says, I sell parking. And that was the first time I met Ethan, who's our co-founder. And I go, you sell parking? And I turned to
feels like the beginning of the biopic. What do you do? I sell parking.
We call that a meet cute. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And I was sold. He sold me. I mean, I was with a hotel company at the time, and I turned to my CEO at the time. I said, we need to get this guy set up selling our parking spots. So I fell in love with the solution immediately. Hence why I'm here today.
There you go.
He sold me instantly.
How does your former CEO feel that, you left him and you found a new bride? Okay.
Well, to be fair, he's also a former CEO, so I don't think he gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, now he doesn't. But at the time, he's like, really? You're leaving a hotel space to go in technology and none of this, all this? At the end of the day, man, that's what we do. We're still in hospitality. We're still servicing our guests, our partners.
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good bet on your career. You've had a lot of jobs doing that sort of thing. This is a cool, different sort of challenge. It plays into where the whole industry is going. And I love that you're buying into something that you really believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I get the unique lens, Glenn, and thanks for pointing that out. And I'm also buying into it because I love tech and I love how we can apply it in our space of servicing our guests better and taking care of the human capital, which is our team members.
Wait, hold on. You said you could apply tech better? You mean like easy to find light switches or different types of fonts?
Ready for this tech? How about something that just tells you where the light switches are? I mean, that'd be crazy, right? I can see Glenn with the phone
on the wall,
the phone underneath the bed with the phone light, like looking for a hidden switch under the side of the bed. Like that.
Maybe we just need to add more lights, like lights that illuminate the light switches. Like just add another layer of lights. That's my tip.
Yeah,
I agree. There's never enough light in hotel rooms.
Never.
I'm with you. Which is why you appreciate city hotels sometimes that have the floor to ceiling windows that you can open up. but I have an issue with it because then I feel like I'm showing the world everything.
Yeah, no. Well, you do take pride in yourself, and I respect that. But one of the things that I find is those same hotels never seem to hire people that can measure the shades properly, and there's always a massive ring of light around every single window when I'm in a city.
Yeah. Lost art of measuring.
Have an experience with curtains in a hotel room.
Dude, don't get me started with curtains. For real. You know what happened that time.
Yeah.
Sarah, as a child, I got
Okay. Oh boy.
I got
Oh boy.
I got tangled in some curtains. And I almost lost a leg because it was really hard. It was really hard. And every time I go to a hotel and I see curtains, I still get scared. As you can see, look, I'm really emotional. And
You're falling apart over there, man.
it's hard. Sorry, I just think about it to this day, and it's really deeply affects me. The fact that my parents had enough of me and tied me up in the curtains has nothing to do with it.
Not at all.
They
Not
were
at all.
innocent. It was all me.
But it was the P-tag constantly blowing you.
I was just at a hotel last week, and I found a pet peeve that I forgot that I hated, and that's where the P-tack is obviously just below the window, right? And then they have the whatever the shear is, right? But then the HVAC unit always blows right up and makes that shear unit come flying out. So it's floating around like a ghost the entire time, sucking up all the cold air, and you don't get any cold air in the room, but I guess you get a show.
And nobody figured out that the vent was coming out of the factory with its little vent shield pointed upwards.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
who was designing? Probably the same guy that was measuring the curtains.
That's right.
Yeah, probably him. We need to talk to that guy. Hey, new business idea. We're designing the new versions of P-tax, and we're going to learn how to use a tape measure.
Our new business is called Inches and Angles. We'll get that stuff done properly.
Yeah, we only measure once, and it's always too long or too short. So it doesn't
There
matter.
you go. There you go.
Leo said,
That's
"Hey, when is
hilarious.
James jumping in the pool? We're gonna
All right,
see
Leo.
that."
It's getting close.
Yeah, I think before we wrap up, for sure, maybe prior to shameless plugs, you could jump in there and then
There you go.
come
I'm
and
checking pockets.
do a final pitch for your business, all wet and stuff like that.
All right, fair enough.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's iconic. I'm not jumping in anything. I'm staying right here. Where
I
how's
want you to jump into something. Tell us how you discovered this industry. How did you get into parking and into hospitality?
that was the most impeccable segue I have ever heard.
He's the
in my
king.
life.
That's why I said it.
I want to jump into
I
something.
worked with Glenn, okay?
I've been in parking for a minute, 9 years, I guess.
Wow.
Of my career in parking. I actually started working for a company called Spot Hero, which is one of those aggregators, one of those parking OTAs we talked about earlier. I thought it just looked like a cool tech job when I lived in Chicago, and it was a very cool tech job. But when I got deeper into the industry and I was working with all of these parking operators, I became kind of obsessed with parking, which is a fascinating industry. It's like commercial real estate on the smallest possible scale. Just like it's a smaller room and we're turning it over more often and the cost is high, but it's the same principle. And I just found that like really fascinating. And the people I worked with were so interesting and so like obsessed with the industry that I fell in love with it. And I've gotten really involved in it over the years. I'm, on the advisory board of Women in Parking, which is an organization I care a lot about. And I founded a group called the Parketing Collective, which is parking plus marketing.
I love it.
Marketeers.
Yeah, and it's just something I really like. I honestly don't see myself not parking for the foreseeable future.
So you've really parked yourself in this industry.
I've really parked myself in this. I threw on that parking brake, and
Right.
say. I'm also a really good parallel parker, which I think helps. I think you have to be good at parallel parking in order.
So you're an unparalleled parallel
You
parker.
have to be able to parallel park on both the right-hand side and the left-hand side. And
100%.
Not easy.
Glenn has heard me say this for decades. If you don't know how to parallel freaking park, you shouldn't have a driver's license.
Agreed with you, 100%. Backing you up.
But I'll tell you what, there's nothing like that sweet, sweet feeling getting in that tight spot on the first shot. Oh, I love
Greg,
I
how do you
love that.
feel about the vehicles that do the parallel parking itself, though?
Okay.
Is that cheating?
I've got a newer vehicle that I've had for 2 years, and it's got that capability, and I have never used it. Okay. The reason being,
that's because he valet parks his car.
I was going to say, you still trying to figure out the tech to turn it on? Is that what you're trying to get at, Craig?
you fit to my head. No, I know how to turn it on. I do.
Probably just a button.
I look at it this way.
Ironically, it's located on the lamp switch. You know,
Yeah, it's over by Glenn's switch somewhere where you got to flip it.
It's the interior lamp switch that I can't find. But my opinion on that is that's a skill that I don't want to give up. Okay, I may be holding the ghost on that, but I mean, I grew up reading maps and also Thomas guides, okay, to find my way around. I started, one of my first jobs was as a messenger. So if you couldn't find north, south, east, west, and you weren't going to last. So I got really good at that. Now, when I got my first Mercedes, it had the digital map in the dashboard. It was a CD, and I also had all the hotels. And I'd plug the hotels in if I was going to a city, and I'd go see all the hotels in that city and see who was doing what. So I found that great. But I gave up my skills on maps. I'm not giving up my skills on parallel parking. I'm not doing it.
I hear what you're saying, Craig. Rely on that GPS too much, it'll make your driving skills soft. You really lose track of all the icons that you used to rely on before.
Yeah, that and landmarks. When you got past, okay, if you're going up in Glen, it's B405. And you see the IKEA, you have just left Carson, and you're just that much closer to LAX, and you may only be going 30 miles an hour, but you're that much closer.
You're going 30 miles an hour? That's pretty good.
That's a high speed. That's 3 a.m. only.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody that, because I don't want to drop down to 25.
Yeah. So guys, I want to thank you as we're doing this on Monday. I was in Chicago and I got to record a podcast with you all. You had me on your brand new podcast, Spot On. I know it's not Plug-a-Palooza, but I promise we talk about why I was in Chicago and all. So thanks for having me be a guest. That was pretty awesome. I got to talk about myself for a while, unlike tonight at all, where obviously I haven't said anything.
It was an absolute pleasure to have you and to take you out to dinner before and spend so much money on Chicago cocktails, as apparently we addressed earlier.
It was. Listen, I told you 14 rounds is typical, so don't.
I thought we were going to take it to 15. I had money on that, man. Man, yeah.
I couldn't even imagine
how many variations of Palomas. I mean, there's a lot. I had they had several different types of old fashioned. I don't know what was going on in Chicago, because I went to a dinner the next night, and I went to another place, and they had a whole menu of all these different types of old fashions. It was like really riding the wave. We're riding the wave of trendy old fashions. Yeah, everybody's got them. Everybody's got to spin their own version variation. I don't mind it. Yeah. So, Sarah, I love that you guys are doing a podcast for marketing. That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I think actually I've been inspired by this conversation. I think I should start having episodes where I ask people high pressure conversations while they're parallel parking.
That's a great idea.
Or I'm just like, listen, you have exactly this much time to pitch me your business, but you have to back into a parking spot that's exactly 6 inches longer.
Right.
That, and you have them sing a song so that you can do parallel parking karaoke as well.
Ooh, and I can call it unparalleled parkers.
Oh,
unparalleled.
There you go.
I think that's the move. But no, seriously, Glad, it was so awesome to have you. I had so much fun. It was also my first time interviewing anyone literally ever. Could not have asked for a better guest. I'm super excited, man. And I'm glad you had the time. It means the world to me, honestly.
It's going to be
Glenn House.
It's going to be fun. That'll be out in like 2 to 3 months or something like that. They have they have to stitch together different words to actually make me coherent. So the editing process is going to take a while.
It's going to be one of those cuts where it's just like one word. Like at a time we're making you say whatever we want.
Thanks for having me today.
It'll be out sooner than that. I'll get
That's amazing. Glenn, we had a blast. Thank you for taking the time out to come.
You guys are great. Thanks for having me out in Chicago. That was a real hoot. I really enjoyed being in his studio and doing it. That was a really nice touch. And I enjoy getting to hang out with you guys personally and getting to know everybody a little bit more and the whole team over there. And I really think that this sort of thing is really about what hospitality is all about: getting together, hanging out, getting to know each other, building trust. And I think that what we were doing is kind of like the whole point of this show here as well. Like, soon I'm going to have to bring on the fake tears again if I'm not careful.
Think about the curtains. Think about the curtains.
No!
Find the light switch, Glenn. Find the light switch.
Find the light switch.
Find the light switch, Glenn. Find the light switch. That's my bad impersonation from Poltergeist. Go into the light, Caroline. Zelda Rosenberg. She was the actress that said that. I believe.
Zelda,
right?
Zelda. Oh, it's a good show. I still remember the static of Poltergeist. By the way, haunted me.
Yeah, that was that was really good. That was a really good movie.
Time for James to jump in the pool, or are we going to do shameless first?
Yeah, James. Why don't you? Do you want to do the plugs and jump in the pool at the end, or jump in the pool and then do the plugs?
No, I'd rather jump in the pool at the end because
I think that makes a whole lot of sense. You will join people that have done that before, such as Matt Hossedler, Chief Development Officer of Red Roof. I've been in the pool, so I'm excited. What we'll do is when you do jump in the pool, we'll put you on a single shot and all of that kind of stuff. All right. So now let's do the part that all of you guys tuned in. That's right. It's the Plug-a-Palooza. Sarah, James, I don't feel confident I know what you do. Maybe you should tell us about Accra.
Do you want me to start? Sarah?
You can start, and I'll be your hype man.
We do so many things in the parking space for hoteliers, but I like to point out 2 or 3 things that are near and dear to me. Number one, we take an unused parking spot, parking lot, garage, and we create a massive ancillary revenue stream for owners, management companies, that single operator. No discretion there. If you've got an empty spot, we've got the means to monetize it. Second thing we do is we create new value for owners, because that owner has an asset and his business or her business is worth X. The hotel business side of it is worth X. The real estate's worth X. One thing they love is how can they easily increase value of that said asset or hotel. We flip a switch. We start monetizing those parking spots, and all of a sudden, everybody loves to hear this: cha-ching, more value being created for their asset. The third thing we do is we simplify a rather older and antiquated process of managing multiple channels and doing all this work from the hotel's level. We simplify that entire process by doing all of the hard work, by taking those spots, managing them through our GDS, doing the revenue management aspect, generating massive amounts of revenue and new income for the hotel management company ownership. And the best part about it is little to no lift on that hotel team. There's no cumbersome training. There's no, hey, it's going to take 90 days to implement, a year to roll out. It literally takes less than 2 weeks for us to come in there, push the magic buttons, get you connected and dialed up through our APIs to all those sellers. And within that month, we're selling spots and generating.
That's like literally less time than it took me to get home from Florida last week. It's amazing.
I love it. Hey, listen, when somebody tells me something,
and Glenn spends in the grocery store on Friday. So
right. Hey, if I can sell something that's going to generate income like this, which we do, and I don't have to tell a GM or the VP of Ops or the CEO or the owner of the hotel that, hey, I need a big lift on your team. It's expensive. All that stuff, we got rid of all that. We're simple, straight to the point, and we're generating new source of income for you. And it's going 75 to 85% of it right to the bottom line. That's how high the margin is on those unused spots. 75 to 85%. Tell me how much margin you're getting on your bacon cheeseburger you're selling in the restaurant or that hotel room.
Well, for me, I order a lot of cheeseburgers, so they're doing pretty well. But Craig, Azul Hospitality is using them according to their website.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. You know,
great partners.
That's one of the California hotel management companies that I follow on a regular basis. And
as you should.
Art Christie and I go back to when him and Greg Friedman were selling FF&E financing at GE. Okay, so that's like 120 years ago now. Those guys get it right. They get it right with the food and beverage, with the experience at the hotel, and monetizing on the appropriate level to not piss off the guest. And yeah, it's a great company. I'm glad you're working with them. And when we're off the air, let's talk and get you in front of our good friends over at Pacifica Hotel.
Yeah, if you would, that'd be great. And shout out to their CEO there at Azul.
And check out Get
Alvaro's a great guy.
Get Accra, GETOCRA.com, GetAccra.com. Craig, you got anything to shill, plug, promote, push?
Yes. We did not do Glenn Knows stuff this week, but we will do it next week. And Glenn, prep. It's all about Africa except for Toto. Okay, that's all.
Dude, I might go see them on Sunday night. They're playing right over here. I think I'm gonna have to go. Yeah,
you gotta go. Yeah.
Wait, Craig, do you do trivia? Is that what that is? Okay, I'm a bar trivia host. If I had known, I would have come equipped to grill both of you. So I guess you're just
hold on.
And then we will do bar trivia.
Okay. I think we found a way back.
Or we could do this on my show, and you can grill me and Glenn on that show as well.
But you could only ask us, if you're going to grill us, you could only ask us grilling-related questions to throw a little wrinkle.
No smoking.
You got to have a theme. Sorry, you're a marketing expert. I know. We're grill it. Oh, that's our new show. Grilling while grilling.
I'm gonna pass out.
Take that spicy wing show guy.
Yeah, I like that better than Crocs and Birkenstocks, Glenn. I really do. That was
4 inches and angles. I mean,
but like for when I get older, we're gonna change the names of Crocs, socks, and Birkenstocks. When I'm not cool anymore. Yeah,
there we go.
The young kids wear socks with them too.
Do they? Oh,
yeah. My son wears socks with Crocs.
Why? I don't know.
It's a generational thing.
I don't know. I'm too old to be tapped into the zeitgeist anymore. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
But Glenn, on the plugs, you and I and Dr. Producer Director Suzanne will all be at the Memphis Lodging Summit. Yep. So we're looking forward to that. And Glenn and I are also, and Suzanne's going to be joining us at the lodging conference as well. I'm moderating a panel on adaptive reuse, which I'm really, really excited about. So it's gonna be fun. We've got those coming up, and we're getting ready to drop our first episodes of season 12 of Click Connect. gotten 16 awards so far in 11 seasons. So, pretty proud of that show.
Amazing.
Excellent. So I was not proud of this show until tonight. But hey, Green Luck. Listen, I'm a Green Luck. Drop us a line, Glenn at novacancynews.com. Glenn with 2 N's at novacancynews.com. Nathan, we are doing this most Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. It really depends on our travel schedules. We try to keep it as consistent as we possibly can. And I'm also really bad at promoting when it's going to be on as well. So,
and the fair thing is to say when we're out here on the West Coast, we like to call it day drinking with Glenn.
Yeah. I like that. All right. You can find me at the Evermore Resort in 2 weeks. I'll be going down there for 4 nights, hanging out with my friends and shooting a bunch of content that you guys will see a couple of months after that. Then you find me at Lending Con in Orlando on the 4th and 5th. Also after that, I'll be at the Southern Lodging Summit, but you talked about that. Then I'll be at Hospitality America at the end of the month, and good keynote speeches coming up with My Place Hotels. I'll be at Hotel Spaces and lots more coming up. Including doing a massive general session over at the Lodging Conference. Guys, what a great time this was with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week on the one and only Friday Night Audit.
No, Glenn, no! Don't do that.